Men have been sold the belief of if you love a woman, you put her on a pedestal, you love her to death, you cherish her, you do everything. And that actually is wrong, all right? Well, let me say this, it's missing context. So what I try to teach, I have a video I did on putting a woman on a pedestal. And my argument, my approach is you should put her on a pedestal, but she has to understand there are consequences. Now, when I say consequences, I don't mean that in a bad way or an abusive way or anything. It just means that, yes, I'm gonna give you the world. I'm gonna treat you like a queen. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna adore you. But if you do not respect, honor, and pour back into me, you don't get to stay there. And removing the pedestal doesn't mean, oh, I'm gonna treat you poorly. No, it means I'm going to leave you.
Hey, this is Raulh. Please act right. Now, I respect this guy for what he's trying to do as far as helping people make their relationships work. But trust me, guys, do not automatically put a woman on a pedestal and expect her to then respect you for you to keep her there. Just like they say, respect is earned, so is putting a woman on a pedestal. Now, don't get me wrong, there are women out there who deserve to be put on a pedestal, but she has to prove that she's worth you putting her on there first, because we know that some of these women will say that they're a good woman and they deserve to be put on a pedestal. But most time, women say one thing, but
here's the thing about women. You guys will say one thing, but you'll actually be attracted and aroused to another thing. I just want a nice guy that's going to give me romance. You said that earlier, didn't you? Don't worry, I've been listening. However, we know that being a nice guy and romance and flowers and chivalry, it doesn't fucking work.
You get walked all over.
You get walked all over. So what women say they like and what they're attracted and aroused to are two different things.
You do a little bit for her, she does a little bit for you. That's the way it goes. So if over time you see that she's reciprocating evenly with you and she respects you, then you can slowly put her on a pedestal. And even then, you have to be very careful about putting certain women on a pedestal, because some of them, the more you put them on a pedestal, the more she's going to expect from you. And some of them will get to the point of being ridiculous and unreasonable. And the minute something doesn't go her way, or you won't give her what she wants, everything you did for her, she will completely disregard it and show her true self. Especially if you're telling her something she doesn't want to hear.
Are you gonna walk out?
No, I want you to touch me. Okay. I'm waiting.
Low levels of collagen show up in more ways than one. Although sagging skin and wrinkles are the most common ones that come to mind, did you know that your nails and your joints can also be signs of low collagen levels as well? One of the quickest ways to help combat low levels of collagen is to supplement it with a high-quality collagen supplement. And there may not be a better choice than HealthActRight.com, which uses 5 critically important types of collagen to help provide your skin, nails, and joints the nutrients they need. Look the best this coming spring, summer season for 51% off. Plus receive several free bonuses, including VIP health coaching for life, before the half-off sale ends by going to HealthActRight.com. That's HealthActRight.com. Or simply click on the link in the description. The best part is, you have 60 days to change your mind if you're not fully satisfied. Order now and thank me later.
Okay. I'm waiting.
That's not gonna happen.
Me.
Wow.
You just said you're gonna physically put me out, right?
No one's gonna physically touch you.
What's your name? Fresh and Fit. Go ahead, put me out.
Yeah.
Put me out.
Yeah. So she stepped on my foot. She did it again.
Oh, what?
Stepped on it again.
What?
So yeah. So
What?
Yeah. She assaulted me. So yeah, go and send the police. She assaulted me on camera.
That was Myron, the guy from the Fresh and Fit show, where he had a young lady on the panel and she couldn't handle the truth. So she turned into an immature child. And that's exactly what'll happen if you put a woman on a pedestal too soon before you know if she's mature enough to handle it or not. As a man who should protect himself as much as women protect themselves, do not put this woman on a pedestal unless she's giving you what you need and what you want from her in the relationship.
You're a man, don't ever allow yourself to not get what you want.
Talk to me.
What you need to do, boys and girls, is you need to understand the transaction here that's going on, all right? Like, I'm gonna give you me, you're gonna give you me, and usually it's an attraction thing, but chicks will get attracted to you sometimes if you play your game. Do not give them you and all the good stuff and help them and all this shit if they're not giving you what you need. If you're not getting what you want out of this relationship, get the fuck out.
So now you just heard it from another OG, and we know what we're talking about. Man, I wish I had somebody back in the day to school me on this stuff that you guys are learning through YouTube. Some of you guys got it made. Watching channels like mine and a few others are helping you save a lot of money and save yourself a lot of headaches down the line.
Why should men serve women if women don't want to consider serving men?
I think it also has to do with like us being on a pedestal at the same time, because we think that's what we're supposed to have, and when guys put us up there, we kind of think like expect it.
So do you think it's true that women expect preferential treatment from men while men are taught to give preferential treatment to women?
Yeah.
So let that sink in for a minute. Men are taught to be givers, and for the most part, most women are taught to be takers. Like I said previously, if you put her on a pedestal before she proves that she deserves it, you'll find yourself giving and giving and giving to a woman who never plans to do anything for you in return.
So why do you think women want equality in everything except for dating?
Because they want to continue to be spoiled. They want to have it their way. Like it's kind of like their world and you're living in it.
Do you think men have yet to be liberated from their servitude to women?
I feel like yes. Like I said before, everything's changing. I feel like men are starting to learn that they also deserve things as well. So I feel like everything's changing and men are learning their worth as well. So I feel like
it's beautiful.
Definitely.
That part's beautiful.
Isn't it refreshing to hear women, especially black women, say a man that knows his worth deserves things too? So when you hear a woman saying that she should be treated like a princess.
I deserve to be treated like a princess, and I'm not accepting anything lower. Period.
And you just met her, that's a red flag right there. That's usually the woman that's going to expect you to constantly do for her just because she was born female. So you have to be real careful of how much you do for some of these women out there, because you may be putting an evil woman on a pedestal and don't even realize it until it's too late.
I remember what the Bible said about women and you know, like evil spirit, what the Bible says about the Jezebel Spirit and things I see that women do, things I know and heard that women do. The paternity issue, how these women lay next to a man for years, looking a kid in the eyes for years, knowing there's no relation.
18 years, and on the 18th birthday found out it wasn't his.
How good men get stomped out, how kids are just used for a check. I've come to the conclusion that I really think women are just pure evil beings, I believe. And only a woman who's honest about our natural nature of being deceptive can change it. Like, for example, I know that naturally there's a selfish, gimme, I want that type of way about me. So if you can't be honest and say that that's in there, then you can't deal with it and address it. I've noticed that the women who say they're the dopest, they're the this, they're the that are usually the worst, because you have to acknowledge the beast in you in order to tame it.
You could not handle a queen. I stand for strength, power. When you see a man with a black woman, know he has big energy. All right? He can handle this mouth and this ass. You're weak. You're a buster.
And not even just how they deal with men and kids makes them evil, but how they deal with each other. Women are so jealous, deceptive, conniving. Like, you can just feel the evil when you are in the presence of certain women. You can walk in a room and you just feel the daggers. You just feel that demonic spirit. Women are evil. I don't care what nobody say. Women are untrustworthy, deceitful, demonic beings. I said what I said.
Now let me say this one more time. If you're a good woman that goes into relationships with good intentions, none of this pertains to you. But the point of this video is for the men out there. You have to be careful about putting certain women on a pedestal. You can't do it right off the bat like the first gentleman in this video was insinuating. Like I said earlier, you give some, she gives some. But if she's not reciprocating evenly, you got a decision to make. So let's end this video on a positive note. Here's a young lady who admits back in the day, she was a total mess. And it took her several tries and several relationships to get it right. But now she's got a good man. And she's taking flack from some of the women because she's catering to her man just like he caters to her. And those certain women are telling her she's doing too much.
So what you're saying is that I shouldn't greet my man with a hug and a kiss when he comes through the door. I shouldn't ask him if he wants me to turn the shower on so the water can be warm when he gets in. I'm up there anyway, and I guess I shouldn't step in, and help him wash his bag and stuff. And if he has a headache, I shouldn't lay his head on my lap, give him a kiss, and massage his temples. And I shouldn't let him know that my lap is his sanctuary. And when he feels like he's too tired to pray, I guess I shouldn't assure him that I'm gonna go to God on his behalf. Oh, I should always keep my money in my pocket, never surprise him and pay the bill, or pick him up something that I know he loves when he least expects it. Oh, nah, that's doing too much, right? And even though that man has never missed a time taking out that trash, cleaning the garage, getting repairs done in the house, paying the mortgage, most of the bills, I shouldn't take some of that money that I done saved and treat my man to a spa day? And what if I hired a masseuse to come have the spa day at our house? Oh no, don't do that. And I guess you'd be pissed if I got his truck detailed. You would lose your mind. Because to you, that's doing too much. And maybe because you have never had the opportunity to have a man who treats you the way my man treats me. You see, he's good to me. I know you didn't think I was over here doing all that for a man who wasn't good to me. He's been an example of what a man should be to all 4 of our daughters. Together, we've shown our daughters, through our good times and not so good times, how love can conquer all. You see, my daughters have seen me leave men that were bad for me, and they've seen me leave a man that I wasn't good for. They've seen me grow and change and learn what it is to love a good man and to be loved by a good man. And you say I'm doing too much? Baby, I pray that you get to do too much. Because when God blesses you and he gives you the sense to know when you've been blessed, it's like slapping God in the face when you don't handle your business and do what it takes to show God you appreciate that blessing. And I ain't slapping God. Plus, I love my man. And he's always showing me how much he loves me. Baby, listen. You can keep being negative, putting other people down for how they live their life. Or you can ask God to put women in your path that will teach you what it is to appreciate a blessing so that when he comes, you'll know it and you'll know how to treat him. We'll teach you how to get that ring, how to keep that ring that comes from a man who's doing all he can to keep you. Because it goes both ways. So I'm not going to keep on handling my business. Come on, say it with me. Hell yeah. I love you. Be well.
And there you have it, fellas. Only pour into a woman who pours into you. Hey, somebody to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? My name is Raulh. See you in another video.
Men have been sold the belief of if you love a woman, you put her on a pedestal, you love her to death, you cherish her, you do everything. And that actually is wrong.
So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these 2 videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.